Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 or Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on the right side as the red Malians, we have NotFabi. On the left side as the blue Chinese, we have Fantasteec. I have no idea how to actually properly pronounce that. Gathering up the sheepies, not big surprise. Of course, got the Imperial Official being bureaucratic, observing everything. Automatic tax collection, stops and collect community tax gold. Bureaucrats, never trust bureaucrats. Fast forward a little bit more. Monster Quarry. Let's see, that is a unique unit. Economic landmark. Looks like the mining pit here. Let's see what's anything special about it. Of course, it has those flags. And let's just get a small generation of gold or stone of your choice. Not bad. His one's now going for a Vatican of the Sun, which looks like gets some more Imperial officials, its own build queue. Very nice. As well as Imperial examinations. Increases the maximum gold carried by Imperial officials by 40 to 80. Not bad. I do see some units being pulled out by red. We do have some warrior scouts being pulled out by red now. He may have stole some sheep there. The Barbican of the Sun is a defensive landmark here. On Imperial Academy, it's of course a not necessarily like a unique landmark, but let's just say he has two landmarks right now at age 2. It's like a unique building they can pull out. Age 2 economic. Age 2 defensive landmark. Wait. I must be going crazy. Don't worry about it, I must be rambling. Warrior Scouts now advancing forward, trying to engage these villagers. The town center is now trying to defend himself. Does of course fire some cannon shots there. Or really large gunshots, one or two. Let's get some good damage there onto these Warrior Scouts. The Warrior Scouts, of course, they're all in number. We've got 7 Warrior Scouts on the field, getting some decent damage in. Blue does have more villagers out in the field as well. We do have now these Warrior Scouts advancing forward, trying to get some good damage on to these villagers. Good damage there. You have some Zing Nu being pulled out, light infantry unit. They of course have high rated fire. They do have a burst attack, repeater crossbow. I wonder if that does like 4 times 3, or it's like Age of Empires 2, or it's like the extra arrows just do like 1 or 2 damage at most. By the way, we do have some repeater crossbows. It looks like Red's being a little passive now with his Warrior Scouts. We have a good number of these mining pits going down as well. Getting some extra gold income early on passively. Never hurts to get out some more housing as well. Also gonna make his way forward now, trying to deal with these villagers. Do find some slices there. Does get inside that village there for defense. Won't be able to fight from it, but at least able to protect himself. Ooh, that's a lot of arrows. Just found the pin cushion. Is that how the Chinese developed acupuncture? Was the Chinese or the Japanese that developed acupuncture originally? Scouts are making their way back, trying to avoid these Zeng Nu not the Chuko Nu. That's probably a later name for the upgraded archers. Zunjnu, however you pronounce it. We got the crossbowmen advancing forward. He does have a very, very large number of them. You have, however, have a very, very large number of warrior scouts here. Warrior scouts, of course, they can close distance on ranged units. It does have a... Let's see... It does have a bow. I think that's meant for... just simply meant for wildlife, not for combat. Going for a battering ram there. Very nice. While the Zunjnu, I think just does damage. No advance damage. It has no armor either. Battering has been pointed out, which could draw some fire for him. Or make his way towards the mining encampment now. He may want to break down one of these initial houses there so he can get into the mining pit now. Getting some great damage onto those Zunjnu. They do have a bit of a long reload time, but taking out some of these warrior scouts now. We got some Sofa's heavy melee cavalry, which are dead before I can take a really good look at them. Very dead right there. We do have the javelin throwers. They are, of course, a anti-range unit, so they specialize in dealing with other range units. They do also have decent melee range armor. In fact, 4 range armor, which means they only take 1 damage per bolt. The Chukos whose high rate of burst fire capability is now detrimental when fighting against these specialists that specialize against them. Because they only do 4 damage per bolt, these guys have 4 range armor, they'll do 1 damage times 3, which is simply no way to deal with javelin thrower, who also does what, plus double damage versus range attacks, rangers. Okay, no, this is for 50% damage to the range attacks. Well, this battering ram would work against these housing. By the way, so these javelins would do 12 damage per throw as opposed to Chukunu's 3. That's very, very different. Now we have Imperial Palace here. Imperial spies reveal the location of enemy workers for 10 seconds. Not bad. That we can at least get a quick scout in order to know where to strike your opponent. These javelin throwers, of course, a very, very good unit right now. His opponent needs something to engage them, perhaps in melee. You can take on those warrior scouts, no problem. It's just that those javelin throws. Horsemen are not half bad, assuming they don't receive so many javelins. Now he understands the meaning of acupuncture. Why are there so many lumber camps here? More horsemen being picked off right there. He may need to get inside his town center as well. Some of the villagers being picked off. Yep, and now these Zunjus are getting focused down. They're not going to do ultra well. You have to find those horsemen and take them out. That's about it. Sofa, heavy melee cavalry. High move speed, cheaper cost, stronger melee. So it's just a cheap, heavy melee cavalry. Cheap, heavy cavalry. They do plus 2 damage versus infantry, and that's basically it. They do have some venom Zunjus. They do now have 7 damage per bolt, which is very, very important with dealing with these javelins. We do have right now 4 range armor still. So these Zunjus do a lot of damage, but they're still countered by the javelin throwers. We now have some veteran horsemen advancing forward, trying to engage his opponent. You have a defensive landmark here, which would be very effective versus force. He does spot the mill there. The villagers have went away from that region. New age has been spotted by the Chinese. The Malians now age 3. We got some Zinjus as well as these heavy horsemen. The Zinjus are trying to, and the heavy horsemen trying to overrun these javelin throwers. Javelin throwers do get a good volley there on the heavy horsemen. And now we do also have some hardened Donzo there, but they do go down as well. Donzo is like a hybrid unit. They can throw javelins periodically. They do also have not a lot of ranged armor. They do great versus cavalry as well. So they should be very good versus the horsemen. The Zenjus are very good versus Donjo. Now the heavy horsemen are getting some great damage there onto those cavalry. Why is all the arrows firing at once from the town center? And so far, the Zenjus can counter the Donzos, while the heavy horsemen can counter the javelins. But the javelins can counter the Zenjus, and the Donzos can counter the heavy horsemen, which is a bit of a... So both players have to be very careful how they engage. It's probably easy enough for the Zenju to engage the Donzo, however you pronounce them, with their range attack first, since it's harder for javelins to engage or another ranged unit if they're behind horsemen. Got a big wave of veteran horsemen pushing his way forward. Turning to Song Dynasty or Dynasty. Hero Spies was just recently used, and now he notices a whole bunch of villagers right here for his horsemen to overrun and impale. Decide to run away with him, not a big surprise. Baron Donzo trying to gauge these horsemen. Let's see their attack. If I look again, yep, regular attack does extra damage versus cavalry. The javelin thrown does also do extra damage versus cavalry, so they can still at least fight cavalry at range occasionally. Horsemen are going to go ahead and make their way back in, trying to hit these villagers. The Donzo are way over here. And it does get inside. Oh, it does get some does have some Donzo in this region as well, getting some good damage in. And the heavy horsemen just need to fall back potentially. We have some Zenjus over here, but there are no infantry or villagers for them to harass. Has a good number of heavy horsemen, a lot of veteran Zenjus, any additional upgrades, still just 7. And does find these Donzos here, and here comes Zenjus. Getting some good damage there. Looks like they're going to get overran, however. Veteran horsemen are going to try to gauge them while they're trying to gauge the Zenjus. Got more Zenjus here, as well as javelin throwers along this side. Zenjus are getting ripped apart there. Just couldn't find a good angle. Though he's keeping red in space, which is actually very important. Blue may not be getting great engagements, but he's keeping his opponent there. Storage. Oh crap, I'm running low on storage. Remind me to delete some replays I have uploaded after this game. I'm down to 17 gigs. These forces are making their way forward. We also have some veteran Mustafari, how you pronounce them. I'm trying to actually select them. Mustafari warriors. They're of course a anti-heavy armor unit, which his opponent hasn't deployed on heavy armor. Denju are still light armor. They even have any armor. Yeah, 1-1. His force is trying to engage him. Over here, we got the horseman. Fine engagement there on this mining pit. Slowly or quickly going to take it out. Does take out the mining pit there. More of these houses will go on down. And Zenshus are getting focused down by these javelin troops. The elite Musafadi warriors. Let's see, they specialize, of course, plus 15 versus heavy. So they're, of course, very, very good for heavy. Horsemen do find the Donzos, and they will need to fall back. They can't really engage Donzo. He did get some good damage over here. Apparently these mining pits, this one's provided 102 gold per minute, while the other one was like providing 140 when it was properly laid out. Does find these infantry units, so these forces should be rip apart these Mosofadi, however you pronounce it. Of course, the horsemen can get overwhelmed by them. Apparently, some of them are actually trying to be camouflaged. That foliage there. He does split his force there. He's going to go for the ones heading towards his base. Right now, the military is quite similar. Do have a big engagement over here. Looks like the javelin thrower is getting overrun by the horseman. He's too busy microing the Mustafadi and losing all of his javelin troops to these horsemen, which is a great engagement for blue. Over here, these forces are getting cleaned up as well. Not a whole lot of these guys left. They can do some damage to the villagers, but of course they are not specialized dealing with unarmored villagers. They also have a small palisade gate here and walls. Not sure why. That force, let's clean on up. We do got this large force advancing forward. Oh, we got a hive of bees right there, or nest of bees. Does seem to fire there, and receives some repairs. That replaces Maganel, getting some great damage there. Not sure what the advantage of it over the Maganel. We got more hive of bees advancing forward there. We're going to be very, very good at the infantry-focused force of the Malians. And that force does get completely wiped out now. Did lose a couple villagers, but Blue's still ahead on his villager count. Ooh. Sorry for that massive lag spike. Not sure what happened there. So, my apologies. See, the nest of bees. Unique, innovative fire barrages, rockets, damage defensive positions, clumped up enemy troops, good area damage against most targets, slowest movement speed. Does it mean the game or for the Chinese? Let's see, does additional damage per ship, does a burst of 8, so 80 damage potentially, of course a bit of in a radius, and does have 20 ranged armor. Does the javelin troops do melee or range damage out of curiosity? See, the veteran Donzo, his javelin is considered range, and likely the javelin troops as well. Yeah, because it classifies as range as well. In Age of Empires 2, some units do melee damage at range, like the throwing axeman. No, not the skirmisher though. I don't know why I thought the javelins could have done melee damage, probably because of a mountain blade. You got a large number of hive bees right there, or nest of bees. And that should be very deadly versus force, but if he fires a volley against the infantry, cavalry first, that'd be not good. 5 hive of bees, this could be very deadly. He's rotating around, he gets other force engaging, going the line. This would be a perfect time to set up his hive of bees. Goes for the javelin troops and annihilates the javelin troops. Now the Nest Bees are going to try to go in the mix of all his forces there. And Red is back out of the game, unable to those nested bees, and it got his force wiped out, so he decides to back out of the game. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.